right, people. It's something we haven't done in quite a while. It's been a little bit before Bear can put two books head to head, mano y mano, bucco y bucco, to find out which one is the best, which one comes out on top for Bear's picks. So today, a new kind of war. A part of your boy Zach, he's coming out, Richard C. Meyer, coming out with a prequel for the Rambo series, written with Sylvester Stallone. So this was a, oops, gosh darn it, this was a separate book written by the Critical Drinker. So the Critical Drinker wrote the book, uh, illustrated by Kenneth Lowe. So it was already an IP, kind of a short story that they did out of that. So we'll check that out in just a minute. Going up against one of the comics gate greats out there. Try saying that 3 times fast. That would be John Malin and his controversial Malin cut of Black Riding Hood, which is kind of a retelling of Red Riding Hood, except for it's in the hood. It's in the hood, people. Kind of like the Leprechaun movie. So kind of, not necessarily an IP, kind of an old a fairy tale, that sort of deal. It's supposed to go into a collected volume. They couldn't do that because the Malin cut drops a couple N-bombs in the book there. So they had to be a little careful about that. This is, okay, we're going to put that off to the side there a little bit and make it its own little book. So 10-page short story. So I thought, hey, what a great combination. Not only John Malin plus your boy Zach. They started together and were doing Jawbreakers. Of course, your boy Zach, he's also got his campaign out there. So if you like the book, do go check it out. Anyways, two of them head to head here in a battle royale. So let's go ahead and just jump right on into it. Let's start out with the new kind of war here. We'll talk a little bit about that. I apologize. I don't have any images. I was looking high and low for Black Riding Hood. We'll just have to open up the book and I'll show you. And hopefully Bear turns to the correct pages and not the ones that will get Bear in trouble out here. So anyways, let's go ahead and check out. That would be a new kind of war. That would be written by the Critical Drinker. Artwork by Kenneth Lowe. Very interesting. He's got some very interesting artwork here. It is essentially watercolors here. So very expressionistic, which, in Bear's opinion, in certain instances, like this first page here, really good first page. I thought it worked really, really well. I think on some of the other pages out there, it didn't work so much, only because the detail was lost. One of Bear's complaints, and not just for this book, but for any sort of war, World War II. Actually, this takes place in Korea. So this is going on 1950-51 Korea is the story. It's the story of Colonel Troutman. So if any of you are knowledgeable about the Rambo franchise, you had Rambo. He went into the town with Brian Dennehy. They chased him out of town. They were going to arrest him, all this other stuff. He gets a bunch of guns and he's out hiding in the woods, taking on the sheriffs and all this other stuff. Well, they bring in his old mentor, that would be Colonel Troutman, to kind of talk Rambo down and, talk him off all those crazy pills out there. And of course, the second movie, Troutman comes back after Rambo's in jail. Spoiler alert, Rambo's in jail, says, Rambo, we need your help. We need to go find some Vietnam veterans over in Vietnam. POWs, Vietnam POWs out there. So they go over there, they rescue those. There's the second movie. And then, of course, Colonel Troutman in the third movie tries to help our lovely friends in Afghanistan and then gets captured by the Russians. So Rambo actually has to go and save Colonel Troutman. So Colonel Troutman, kind of the father figure to Rambo. So this is his story, his sort of prequel, how did Colonel Troutman become, the upstanding colonel that we see in all of the Rambo movies? So, once again, I think the artwork works really good as watercolors in some of the scenes, like some of the larger establishing shots or some of the explosions that are happening and stuff like that. I thought it worked really well. Where it kind of fell down was, and this is a complaint about a lot of war type films for Bear, especially like World War II sort of stuff. A lot of times the characters tend to blend in together, so it's really hard to tell, one character from the other unless you're looking at like, rank or insignia, trying to figure out the different soldiers. It was a little bit, it can be a little bit difficult unless you have kind of a distinguishing mark or kind of a distinguishing flair that they might have. So in the book here, it was really hard to tell who Colonel Troutman was in the squad that they had. So a film where you're really trying to focus in on the early Colonel Troutman, what he experienced, all that sort of stuff. It was a little bit hard to kind of tell the difference between some of the soldiers there. It probably would have helped if he had a different rank, or maybe a special marking or something like that on his helmet where you could kind of tell a little bit of a difference. You really couldn't tell. I would have said a facial scar or something like that, but he doesn't have that in the movies. Just something there that would be able to you could tell the difference between that. That's kind of where some of the artwork fell down for Bear, was kind of some of the scenes were very kind of intimate or personal scenes between the soldiers there. Kind of got a little bit muddled together there. So you see on the center page here, kind of the top right panel there. It's a little hard to tell kind of the difference between some of the soldiers there. There was one scene also where Bear was reading through it and he got really confused. He did the number where he flipped the page, and I thought, like, oh gosh, I missed the page. So you do the little thing where you rub the page together and you're like, oh, I missed the page. No, Bear did not miss a page. He missed basically what they were going for. There's a scene in there where it looks like, when Bear first originally looked at it, it looked like the squad was going to be ambushed. In fact, they were the ones in the bushes looking at a patrol. It completely looked and acted out the opposite way, the way that Bear said originally there, where they were going to be the ones um, ambushed by I was going to say Viet Cong, ambushed by the North Koreans. So there was stuff like that where Bear got a little bit confused. Again, I really like the boldness that they showed of just doing watercolors in some of the pages here. Really like that. So, like for example, here this was actually the cover here, the top panel there, the big explosion there. Really like that. A lot of that stuff looked really well. The guy burning his face off, that looks really cool. I really like that, but some of those scenes, it got a little bit muddled, where it was kind of a more personal, more between characters. That was a little bit harder to detect. The other complaint, and the critical drinker knows what he's doing. I was really, it was really kind of very to the point of it. I wish there was a little bit more when they were talking about the exposition in this first page here. They're kind of going through a briefing, cutting back and forth between the flight over there and a briefing, and they're talking about the Korean War and all that sort of stuff, where they are, how they got to be, all that sort of stuff. I thought it was a little on the nose, but it's fine. It showed that the drinker knows what he's talking about, knows the time period that he's going through and everything. Um, had a couple good introductions to the characters, including Troutman. I thought all that was really well. Where it kind of fell apart was, I forget how many pages this is. It's a kind of a short book. There was a good introductory act, and then the ending here was really well done. but there was like a first act and a third act, but the second act was really short, and I think that was the area where you were supposed to kind of get to know Troutman a little bit better as a character and why he passed on that wisdom to Rambo later on. There really wasn't any of that. It was, okay, we're going to the place, we're going to complete the mission. Oh gosh, there was a patrol in the way. Slight delay. They landed off course, so they had a little slight delay there, but nothing. Spoiler alert. Nothing that prevented them. I thought that there should have been a little bit more obstacles placed in their way before they got to the objective. Where here it was just, okay, we're gonna go to the objective. Here's a slight detour. Okay, we're fine. Here's the objective, and then we go to do the objective, and then the end of the book here. I thought it was a little bit short in that middle section where we needed a little bit more information on the character of Troutman, why he became who he became in the movies, and that sort of stuff. There was a very basic kind of war scenario. Oh, the friend that I had died on the mission, and I feel really bad, and now we're going to go do whatever he decides to go do. I'm sure we're going to see in the prequel comic book, but we don't actually see what they call it the new kind of war, why he changed his mind on some of that stuff, or why he should change his superior's mind on how they go and fight what would become the Vietnam War. There really wasn't that much there. It kind of ended. It was an interesting ending. I like the ending, but it came way too short, and it came a little bit undeserved because you didn't really have the full evolution of Colonel Troutman, going from kind of a young private, I suppose, jumping out of the airplane to the world wise soldier that's going to help Rambo in Vietnam. So that would be kind of one of those deals. There's another one here. This wasn't even in, if Bear remembers correctly, I don't recall this being one of these pages being in the books, but another great example of really good artwork here. I do like the attempt at trying something new and different and doing it as a watercolor and making it a little bit more kind of expressionistic. But at the same time, some of the character back and forth, it became too expressionistic. It needed to be a little bit more kind of, a little bit more to the point, a little bit more kind of, a little bit better drawing of facial characteristics so you can kind of tell the difference between some of the characters. I'm sure probably on a second, or actually for Bear, a third read through, I literally had to go back several. I'd get ahead. I'd say, wait a minute, what's going on here? Go back a couple pages. Oh, okay, that's, so it wasn't really a clear right up front there. But other than that, a really good book. Really enjoyed it. Very much looking forward to the Rambo prequel. First Blood. First Kill. First Blood was the movie. First Kill that your boy Zach has coming out. So it might have been a little bit better of a comparison there to kind of compare those two books. But again, I thought it was really well done. Although the story was a little bit compressed, and I know Drinker can do a really good job whenever he's writing. I just don't know if something happened in the editing, or I don't know. I don't have that information there. There should have been like another 3, maybe 4 pages in there that would have just a little bit fleshed out Troutman a little bit better, there. But other than that, a really good book, really good book. All right, going up against it in a very unfair fight here. I gotta say, it's a very unfair fight here. That would be John Malin. John Malin's book. I'm gonna have to pull it out here because I didn't get any. Which, by the way, Indiegogo really needs to pick up the pace here. Bear's getting to the limit of his Indiegogo stuff. I went to go try to look up the campaign for this. Maybe there might be a couple pages in there. Trying to find John Malin on Indiegogo. Almost an impossibility. Almost. Indiegogo, get your stuff fixed, man. Come on. All right, I'm gonna try and do some. Actually, you know what I could do? Beer could do this. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! Well, I don't want to spoil it. This is, well, let's just show it here. Let's just show it here. So it's about 10 pages long. This would be the Black Riding Hood. It's kind of a take on Red Riding Hood. So it's kind of John Mayland's take on the classic fairy tale out there. So he has it here in color and also in black and white, also without any of the dialogue in there. So I'm going to go. Luckily, I can show this page without having to be super worried about it. Super worried about it here because he does. John Mayland does drop the N-bombs, people. The N-bombs. But I always feel like this is an unfair comparison because John Mayland, just at the top of his game out here. Let me see. Sorry, people. I'm trying to get another couple pages here. There we go. Top of his game, doing some just excellent bang out work. It's only 10 pages, so it's not that long of a story. Gosh, I'm trying to remember the kid's name. Little Hood here. He's just trying to deliver some chicken soup to his father. All of a sudden, he gets ran into by some hoodlums out there. Tries to get away from the hoodlums, and they end up at his grandfather's house. Does some nasty things to Grandpa, and of course takes Grandpa's place in bed and tries to fool old Little Hood out here into thinking that the werewolves, spoiler alert, are actually Grandpa. So Little Hood out here, he's not having any of that. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. So there's a little bit of that. Again, I can't really show a lot of the dialogue, but top of his game on there. And the coloring looks just excellent on here. Don't think that just showing the black and white that is the cause of the only thing that you could see. There you go. There you can kind of compare the two there. So there's the black and white version. Pretty good. So Bear nowhere in the story was confused at all. There you go. There's the color. Nowhere confused at all about what was going on in the story. Everything lined up. Everything was perfect. There was no that got confused on the previous book there when who was hiding in the bushes. There's no confusing there. Everything was kind of very well done. Poor guy Grandpa lost his head so the guy could turn into the werewolf here. Get a little hungry. That's why he's at the Grandpa's door there. So there you go. Still looks really good in black and white. This could be just a straight black and white book and would have done just fine. The story, very to the point. He got straight to the point. Nice little twist there at the end. Of course, if you've ever read Red Riding Hood. Gosh darn it, I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to get to another page here without damaging the book. The priceless book that Bear is damaging here with his claws. There you go. There's the end of the book. Pretty cool. Godlike. Go check it out, people. I don't know if it's coming 2023 or not. He's only got a month left, so come on, John. Come on, man. Anyways, was not confused at all, either by the artwork or the story. I thought the story was really good. Nice little twist there at the end. I think he leaves it open for a sequel. I know John is not going to do a sequel, but he does leave the door open there if there's sort of a Black Riding Hood universe, I suppose. I don't know. The big thing is, of course, he's dropping the N-bombs out there, starting off, but really it wasn't. It's nothing that you're gonna find anything different than like a rap music or rap song out there. It's very, I guess what they could call urban. Very much in with the community that he is talking. In fact, at the very beginning of the book, he says, hey, I'm a white guy writing about stories in the hood. Of course, I understand the contradiction there, but I thought he did really well. I didn't think any of the dialogue was off. I didn't think any of the characters sounded out of place or white splaining or anything like that. I think he did a really good, really excellent job with how he did the book there. Um, that was the controversy, but it's like listening to a rap song for the first time. It's like, oh my god, they said all these things, and then after you've listened to rap for years and years and years, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that's how it goes. So it wasn't as controversial, I think, as people are saying out there. It was just, I think Uncle E didn't have any idea that that was going to be going into a comic book that he was going to be publishing with a number of people. So, anyways, got the Malin cut. Very rare version of that. I don't think they're going to make any more copies. So, if you do want your copy, go ahead and get it. Get it now. The Red Riding Hood Cinematic Universe. There you go. There you go. So, anyways, very easy. A very easy one for Bear. Gotta go with my boy John here with the Red Riding Hood, Black Riding Hood, Black Riding Hood, with the Malin cut. The art, just John Malin's doing it. He's banging it out at the top of his game, doing some excellent work there. Nothing against Kenneth Lowe. Nothing at all. I think they just needed like another editing pass through there, maybe another couple pages added to it. Just explain to me a little bit more about Colonel Troutman. I got the entire book. Well, little Timmy got the entire book. I had to figure out what's going on with Colonel Troutman, and Bear couldn't tell you anything more about Colonel Troutman other than he was in the Korean War, and he had a bad thing happen to him. That was it. I don't know why he, what the cause is, what changed his mind. He didn't even say or anything like that. Maybe it might come up in the Rambo prequel book, but that would be Bear's only thing that holds the New Kind of War back. Other than that, I really liked some of the watercoloring. I thought that was pretty good. Oh, two other things here, real quickly. Um, didn't necessarily move the needle, but it did show kind of the difference between the two. So if you've seen the box open for Bear, if not, where is it? Go check it out. Gosh darn it. That. I meant to do this. Go check it out. Go check it out. This is what it came wrapped in cellophane here, inside a kind of a basic mailer essentially, but two pieces cardboard. You got the poster. You got a poster with it, so you got the poster there. Nice colors, by the way. Pretty cool. That was it. That was your packaging for A New Kind of War, and your boy Zach. Now I know your boy Zach very cut and dry with him. You got very few options whenever you're ordering something. It's kind of like the old saying, you can have a Model T in any color except for it's black. That's it. So you had that as compared to this came, and I'll show it in just a second here. So this is the box, obviously, that John Malin's book came in. So you can see right away the fabulous tape on there, which Bear kept saying, hey, Uncle E, you need to sell this. Well, apparently it's not bought by the roll. He actually has a tape printer out there. So that's how he made the nice little tape there. And also, as Bear always says here, where you're opening the box, the old Gemini mailer, the sign of quality. Sign of quality there. So even if a bear gets his hands on it, you're gonna be pretty cool with the Gemini mailer here. And in addition to that, it came with the campaign that came with the, if Bear can get it out here, show you good people, the Comics Gates apparel. So there's the shirt. There's the shirt. Don't really need much with the shirt. I mean, bears don't even wear pants. But got the old beanie here, though. beanie. There we go. Some nice stuff there. So if anybody out there thinking about checking out some of the, I'm trying to remember the name of it, Comicsgate collection, we'll just call it, do go check it out. Some good quality stuff. Good quality stuff here. Oh, you can't see it. There's the beanie. There we go. Sorry, Mom. For crying out loud. Anyways, I'll just put it back on the bear's head, where it belongs. So anyways, good quality stuff from Uncle E. If you do want to go check it out, I do believe that this stuff is still on his eBay store. But don't hold Bear to it. Don't hold Bear to that. The beanie would probably look cute on you, Bear. Well, gosh darn it. It needs to be menacing, not cute. Well, we'll take it. We'll take cute. Just this one time, though. Anyways, the thumbs up obviously has to go with John Malin, Black Riding Hood. There you go, some good stuff there. That's a thumb. That is, well, not a bear claw. That is a bear claw, not. Bear is not trying to flick off the audience there. Look, there's the other claws there. It is a definite claw / thumbs up. Humans, thank you for watching this video. If you wish to have more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that bell for notification. It would please Bear very much. You don't want to see Bear bad, do you? Grrrrr.